Like I've said before, the best thing to do in this game is to use props in ways they were not intended to be used. Today we're doing that and making tables, so come on, let's go. Hey everyone, this is Syntax, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make 5 custom tables and use them however you please inside of your map. So come on, let's go. The first quote-unquote table I will be showing you guys is actually 3 different tables that are all extremely similar and use basically the same prop. If you go over to galleries and go ahead and select props, if you scroll almost all the way down, you will run into what is called the outdoor residential prop gallery right here. Now in this gallery there are these 3 pieces of wood, this one right here, this one right here, and this one right here, and they just so happen to make great tables, cabinets, shelves, etc. For the tops of the tables, of course, the length can vary, but you can actually 32 snap these. So once you have these the right length that you want to where they're not clipping, you can just kind of take them and place them, and they line up very nicely. The table length thickness can, of course, vary how you want it to vary. I actually changed the depth and the height for the thickness, because if you mess with the width, it kind of messes with the shape, but again, you can change it to whatever thickness is needed. Now, these 2 tables are actually made entirely from the same piece. This, of course, being the lighter shade of wood, and this, of course, being the darker shade of wood, but this table over here is made from 2 pieces. I did the same thing with the top on this table. I found the right height to where if I 32 snap it, it's not actually clipping. As you can see, there is no clipping. You'll be able to tell if it's not at the right height because there's that weird clipping that goes on, so just spend some time finding the right height. Anyway, I did that for the top, and I used the same piece around the sides here just to give it this kind of lip, which actually I think looks really nice. The only thing I did differently with this table is I actually went into the Alien Invasion prop gallery and took this table and flipped it upside down and used it as the legs. Obviously, when you can see it's right side up, it doesn't look natural at all, but when you flip it upside down and use it for the legs, it actually looks pretty nice. Obviously, this is like sort of a dining room table because you have like the tablecloth and the plant, but again, you can do whatever you want with these tables. The second design I have for you guys today is actually a combination of princess props, so let's take a look at where you get them. Go to galleries and select building and scroll your way down to the princess castle floor and stair gallery, and if you look, there is this really nice round wooden piece. If you take that and shrink it down as far as it will go, you actually have this really nice wooden tabletop. I have 100% used this before in my other maps. If you don't want it to be perfectly round, of course you can make an oval, but I mean, I guess that's just up to what you're building. For the legs, I actually went to the princess castle prop gallery and scrolled down to this piece right here and just use it as the legs because I thought it looked kind of nice. Once I had the legs on there, I actually kind of copied them and moved down like so, and then grew the width so I could kind of put these little stubs at the bottom just to give it a more realistic feel. And then I took the time to put a primitive shape around the edge just to kind of match the white legs. You don't have to do this, especially if you use different legs, but I just thought it looked nice with the color white. This is actually one of my favorite pieces for tabletops in the entire game, depending on what you put around it and the legs you use. This literally works in every situation. Anyway, for our third design, we're starting off at the Lighthouse Gallery B, and we're going to go ahead and grab this piece right here. Of course, we have galleries and buildings selected. We're going to go ahead and scroll down to the columns gallery, and if we go ahead and open it up, you'll see this kind of Chinese themed column. Go ahead and grab that. Now this table is for sure one of the simplest in its designs. You can see that I just used the Chinese column. I shrunk it down all the way and then used it as the 4 legs, and then of course this was the top. Let it be noted that the Chinese column actually isn't like a full column. It's kind of sectioned off in thirds, so make sure you're just having this little corner that's cut out facing the inside of the table. It'll make it look a lot better. This is a table I would recommend actually putting stuff on and maybe using as a dining room table, so I have like a tablecloth and chairs around it. If you do all that, it'll actually look really nice. The 4th table actually requires the least amount of props, and they are from the same gallery. Head over to galleries, select your props, and then scroll on down to the retail gallery A. For this, all you're going to need is this table right here and then this chair right here, and you pretty much already have the table built at that point. Yes, we're using a table to build a custom table. I regret nothing. Anyway, if you look, you can see that if we take this table and we actually flip it upside down, we have this really smooth black surface. Anyway, take that table, flip it upside down, and then put it in the ground so your orange piece is not showing. That's probably a little much, but like, I mean, whatever. The last thing you do is just take your chair and then flip it upside down and stretch it to the point where you have the bottom of the seat just barely peeking through the ground. The most annoying thing about this table design, while it does look pretty good, the hitbox of the original table actually kind of gets in the way. Like you can see anywhere I look, it's just selecting that table. So you actually have to fly underground to access the chair, but that shouldn't be a problem. It should also be noted that I didn't 32 snap the chair. I actually moved it in place where I wanted it first and then put the table over it, because you kind of want to center these legs legs, they're not perfectly centered by default, so you got to make them look as centered as possible. Anyway, yeah, take this, put it in the corner of a room, and it should look flawless. This last table I'm going to show you guys is actually from my most recent map in the main interrogation room, and it uses props from the yacht and the Art Deco prop gallery. First thing you're going to do is go ahead and open the Art Deco prop gallery up, and then grab yourself this security camera. Yeah, that's right, the legs are just security cameras. It's just now occurring to me that most of these probably wouldn't work as like second floor tables because like a lot of the stuff goes into the ground, so just put it on the first floor and you'll be okay. Anyway, the main table piece can actually be found in the yacht gallery, and it's just two walls kind of flipped back to back. You see that wall right there? Yeah, it's that wall. All you do is take this wall and then like shrink it down to whatever size you want, and then of course turn it. Take this, turn it on its side, and then just kind of rotate it around. If you have to, you can grow the thickness a little bit so it doesn't clip, and then boom, you have a really nice looking table. And bada boom, bada bing, bada bang, you have 5 different custom tables. Well, 8 really, but 3 of them are basically the same. The point of this video is not for you to take these custom designs and then go and place them inside of your map. No, that's not the point. What I mainly wanted you guys to get from this is to see that there are so many different ways that you can use the props, the walls, the floors, just everything that is provided to you in this game in ways that they were not intended to be used. I mean, we're using columns and floors, actual props, walls, security cameras, pieces of wood, primitive shapes. We're using so many different things. I've used similar designs for all of these tables in previous maps, but like I had to think of it at one point, and I came up with it by just scrolling through the prop galleries and just placing stuff down, deleting what I didn't like, and keeping what I did. So yeah, while these tables might work aesthetically in whatever maps you guys are building, I encourage you to just take some time and scroll through the prop galleries to see if you could build something aesthetically that matches perfectly with whatever you're building. I'm not saying don't use these tables, I'm more just saying use them as inspiration to try and build your own tables. I never thought tables would be so inspiring. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. I really do hope this video helped you out. And, yeah. This has been Syntax. Later.